In other news tonight, we turn to the nation's capital, where the Affordable Care Act, better known, of course, as Obamacare, has survived a third challenge at the Supreme Court. That ruling today protects health care coverage for about 20 million Americans. White House correspondent Allison Harris live at the Supreme Court in D.C. tonight with more on this huge ruling. Allison.
Well, Rob, this further solidifies the Affordable Care Act as the health care law of the land enacted more than a decade ago, continuing to be upheld today. The Affordable Care Act survives its third challenge in 9 years.
Once again, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of the Affordable Care Act.
Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, appointed by former President Trump, joining the 7-2 majority decision that states do not have legal standing to upend the law that provides more than 30 million Americans with access to health care. President Biden tweeting the ruling is a BFD, a nod to the famous moment that was caught on a hot mic, celebrating the bill's passage with then President Obama more than a decade ago. The case originated when a group in Texas argued that because there was no longer a penalty for not having health insurance, which was the original mandate when it was passed 11 years ago, the entire law should be thrown out. A lower court agreed. It ended up at the Supreme Court. Justice Stephen Breyer, who wrote today's majority opinion, essentially said the plaintiffs aren't being harmed by the ACA and therefore don't have the standing to bring a case.
The Affordable Care Act gets constantly woven deeper and deeper into the system. It's eventually going to be pretty hard to unravel from the system. The court had a chance to do that today and didn't do it.
Republican House leaders blasted the decision in a statement saying the ruling does not change the fact that Obamacare failed to meet its promises and is hurting hardworking American families. Former President Obama tweeting about his legislative legacy. This ruling reaffirms what we have long known to be true. The Affordable Care Act is here to stay. Experts say from here on out, court challenges to the law face long odds of success.
The great third act of the Affordable Care Act for the Supreme Court. This is the third time the court has upheld it. Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, is now the law of the land.
And the Supreme Court had another big ruling today on religious freedom and gay rights. The court ruling that Philadelphia violated the First Amendment when it stopped working with a Catholic group that refused to make same-sex couples foster parents. The ruling was unanimous and maintains the status quo on religious exemptions from non-discrimination laws. Rob?
And some more news tonight as well, Allison. The president signed a bill creating a new national holiday, a major moment.
Absolutely a major moment, Rob. Juneteenth is now a national holiday. That day commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. It was first celebrated down in Galveston, Texas, after it took 2.5 years for federal troops to arrive there to tell slaves that they were free after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. 94-year-old Opal Lee has walked from Texas to D.C. for years to campaign to make this day, Juneteenth, a federal holiday, a national holiday. She got to be there at the White House today as President Biden made it official, a dream realized. And Rob, I also have to add that now federal workers are going to have tomorrow off, many of them getting tomorrow off because it's a national holiday that's going to be celebrated on Saturday.
The first new federal holiday in about 40 years. Allison, thank you so much.
Yep.
Marnie?